Hey there. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good night. Shakti Namaste. My name is Kirk Kerber, and let me see if I got all the swag. If you're interested in videos that are really to the point and give you a lot of information, and just give me the information and get it over with, then this video is not going to be for you. It's coming up on 3 a.m. in New York City, Manhattan, Hell's Kitchen. My name is Kirk Kerber. I've produced over 700 TV shows. That's around 300 hours of metaphysical, supernatural, spiritual, mystical, and magical content for your benefit, all free and online right now. Just go to Google or some search engine and type in my name, Kirk Kerber, Psychic, Manhattan, New York City Shaman, or something like that. You will get all my links, Pinterest, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and now TikTok, Daily Motion, Vimeo, and Internet Archive. So my original idea was to leave a trail of wisdom and knowledge and secrets. The secrets of the universe. But if you're just looking for like a quick fix type of video, this is not for you. And please go to the next video. My videos are long and rambling, but if you're a new psychic medium, you want to be a spiritual advisor, a coach, or a mentor, and or you think you're a shaman and you're in the middle of a shamanic initiation and you don't know what to do, if you're in the middle of a dark night of the soul, some of them last one night. It's an actual dark night of the soul. And then you go through an ego death, which is another dark night of the soul, and it can go on for a couple years. You can also be in a Saturn return or a Jupiter return, which are unbelievably fucking brutal, and they put people right under. If I'm not mistaken, the Saturn return is around 27 to 28, and then you get the next one 27 years later, around 58, 59. And those times, the dark night of the soul and in the confusion, Shakti Namaste, I'm the guy that shows up. I'm the guy that, for whatever reason, my vid gets on your TV screen or your camera, computer, or cell phone. So that's the job I got, and I guess that's the job I signed up for. I was born with all my higher centers completely evolved and aligned with love and healing and psychic ability and psychic spiritual magic power. So I have been giving readings now for 35 years. I've stayed in a couple lanes in the area of metaphysics, my TV show notwithstanding. I was on public access TV for 18 years, and then COVID hit, and I haven't made any new content for 2 years. The most important thing you're ever going to learn in this lifetime, I'm going to give you the basics. So I guess we're doing this for real. Because I made an opening video, a teaser vid for TikTok that said I'm going to do a thing on the basics. So here's the deal on my vids for the next like March, April. I'm just going to do the basics and the basics number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And, you know, I had advisors and they were like, look, you got to edit, you got to focus. But all of the best compliments that I got from you guys and the most info and feedback about was when I just did what I'm doing right now. So, yeah, if you're in a big hurry, right now, I'm probably not for you. You should go to my website, or you should go watch a half-hour TV show that I produced on YouTube, Vimeo, and Dailymotion. Just look for Kirk TV. It's around. It would take you all of 2 minutes to find them. They're around. And those shows and those videos are very focused with a specific theme, topic. I'm not thinking so clearly. You know, the COVID really, people dying gives you grief, and grief, when you have grief, you can't think clearly. It's a gauntlet and a fire of pain. And several people have died, but the day after Thanksgiving, my beloved soulmate doggy, as you know, who was my familiar, who I loved with all my heart and soul, passed away. And she was almost 15 years clean and sober. Holy shit. Oh, she was almost 15 years old. And I miss her every minute of my life. So I'm in unbelievable amounts of grief. I think you guys can see that. See, there she is. And everybody knew her. All of my witchy friends knew Snuggles. Her proper name was Serene. And she was really my best friend. And I knew when somewhere in the back of my mind, I got her when she was 3 months old. God gave me this dog. The dog was an angel. I felt an angel on my shoulder the day that I saw her. I looked into a window in Chelsea, in a pet shop window. I saw her and I was like, wow, that's a cool dog. That's like the coolest dog I've ever seen. And it was just this higher power that's your dog. That's your dog, spirit guides. That's your dog. Go in there. And there was a guy looking in the window and he said, oh, God, yeah, that's a cute dog. She was barking her head off. And I looked at the guy and I said, I don't have a dog and I don't want a dog. But if I had a dog, that's my dog. And I went in and picked her up. And she laid her head on my chest. And the angels were like, it's your dog. Get this dog. This is your dog. And no. And it was just like time stood still. I guess it was love at first sight. Something like that. You just know this is your, when people meet their lover that's really their partner, they just know. And she was my companion. So anyways, she just passed. And we had a proper shaman cremation. And I surrounded her with her doggy treats. And I smudged and put white sage and incense that she liked. And whenever I took clients, she would help me with the clients. Like literally sit right next to me and energetically like help. Just because something is in a different body doesn't mean it's not intelligent. But she was something. She really, every single night, she fell asleep right here. She did. It's, yeah. So I'm under the gauntlet of that type of grief of losing her right now. And the COVID. It's ginger ale. I'm sober like 39 years now. So please allow me to introduce myself. I haven't made any new videos for 2 years. Oops. Is it still going? I'm a great shaman and a great psychic medium. I'm not such a good tech person, but please don't judge me on that. The basics. The spiritual basics. I think I was going to say, back to the breath. The most important thing you're ever going to learn how to do in this lifetime, in a human lifetime, in a human body, and when I work with somebody in a mentoring situation where they're with me long term, anywhere from 6 months to 5 years, I do take on clients like that. The first thing we do is find your breath. Find the breath, okay? Even if you smoke, it doesn't matter. You got to catch the breath and find the breath and practice the breath. So no matter what happens, everything, just be present and come to the breath. You want to be the most effective that you can be, energetically, psychically, personally, spiritually, sexually, and spiritually. Okay? So back to the breath. Yep. Yoga breath, in deep. Thank you for my life. If you want to know what a master is, a spiritual psychic master, they've mastered the breath. They've mastered their surroundings. They've mastered their presence. And they've mastered a disciplined mind. Okay, a disciplined mind. Kirk Kerber said this, you better believe it. A disciplined mind is worth a fortune. However, the tranquil mind is the mind of the master. So what you need to master is your thoughts, your mind, your energy, your power, and your strength. And it's a lot. The most intimate relationship you're ever going to have, even if you met the man of your dreams, the woman of your dreams, hang on a second. The most intimate and most powerful relationship you're going to have is with you and your internal environment. So you need to master that. My vids are for really old souls that are like going for Master of the Universe. And it's just like my friend El Goliath, who made the Goliath deck, which he was loving and kind enough to send me both on its premiere. And the El Goliath deck is a shaman animal witch deck, tarot. And it's unbelievably dense and amazing, and it's for old souls. And when I work with people, a newbie is not, they're not going to be able to rise up to the simplicity of what I offer. It's like if you had a coach at the gym, you're going to meet the coach once a week and they're going to make a program that's appropriate for you. And then they're going to meet you there and you're going to go through the exercises. And if you just keep doing it, after a year, you are in unbelievable shape. Guess what? It does take a year to get in shape. It just does. To get the discipline in your mind. To always be at the same place, the same time, the same amount of time. So when you first start, you're immediately, if you're going to work with me, I give psychic readings that are life readings that are unbelievably dense. I think I would be considered a tarot master at this point, since I've been reading for 35 years. So there's my plug for my witchy bro, kindred, gypsy brother, old soul and spirit, El Goliath. The deck is sold out like 5 times on Amazon US. Get it while it's hot. But my daily deck is not the El Goliath because it's so dense. I only really use that deck for like unbelievably old soul people readings, and then for myself to study. And the artwork is stunning. I don't want to stand up in the middle of the thing, but I will show you. But my daily deck is just a Rider-Waite. You can do a one pull. I've been reading cards for 35 years now. And, you know, the tarot is an esoteric system that you can study the rest of your life. A true tarot master is going to be unbelievably rare. Like, you don't really know what the fuck you're doing until after, like, 25 years. You might have the gift, but in order to be a seasoned reader, I've taken classes at the Tarot School in New York City. I've studied with the Ambersones. I've been to the New York Tarot Convention. There's also one in San Francisco. I'd love to meet El Goliath there. I think that's a plan. We're going to do that. Maybe. I think everybody who's watching this, just meet me at the next San Francisco Tarot Convention. It's the biggest one in the world, and it's huge, and it's the oldest one. So let's go to that. So okay, so you can pull a one card, and then, you know, surprise, hey, you got the Ten of Pentacles. So that's my pull for the day. You can meditate on it, you can contemplate on it, and you can even get affirmations. Okay, so the disciplined mind is worth the fortune. The tranquil mind is the mind of the master. And the light heart is the calling card of an old soul. Because you have kind of like a couple stages of being an old soul, so to speak, and incarnating again and again and again in this body, in a human body specifically. Now, I want to tell you that there are 100 million, billion, gazillion different variations of this universe and being human. And then there's also 100 million, billion stars and galaxies and dimensions where there's no humans at all. We're just like a little tiny speck of sand in an ocean of billions of galaxies and realities and universes. But people generally, when they talk about you're an old soul, you can be an old soul and only have 2 lifetimes in a human body. And then there's the people that like, we're going to go an hour, okay? So I just want you to get all your stuff. Like, pause the tape, put it on hold for a minute, and if you smoke, get your smokes, and if you like ginger ale, get the ginger. If you want to take some bong hits, grab a nice brandy, whatever. Now's the time to do it. Okay, so just pause the tape, and Uncle Kirk will be here. Okay, it's our chance to breathe. So, there's billions and billions of realities and dimensions where there are no human bodies, or some weird variation of the human body. So, you know, this is not the only game in the town of the realities. So I work with these old souls, but, you know, I tell them, look, you're an unbelievably talented and insanely spiritually gifted old soul, and you came here with a reason and a purpose. You write up an itinerary. So when I give a reading, I give very specific types of readings. The readings are soul arc or life readings. It means what you wanted to accomplish in this lifetime. And you write in things like an itinerary on your timeline. I have the ability to read that timeline and tell people when things are going to happen. I actually have the gift to tell when somebody's time is up. And I never tell them. I don't ever tell somebody, hey, you've got 3 years left. Hey, you've got 20 years left. And the timeline and the thing that I read, this soul arc, has a beginning, then the middle, and it has an end. And you actually have a certain number of years. It's decided beforehand. I'm going to go for 90. I'm going to go for 50. That's all I want to do. In any event, so that's one of the readings that I offer, is the soul plan, soul arc reading. I also have the ability to read past lives. So when I do the life reading for this life, past lives come up, and we find out where you're stuck and where you're blocked, and it usually goes back to a past life where you're supremely fucked up and it's impacting you on this lifetime. Now, I'm going to tell you that I think we were talking about the old souls. There's like 3 levels to being an old soul. You know, there's like a medium, middle soul. First of all, none of this, like the old soul thing, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I tell my clients are all ancient souls, unbelievably gifted and powerful, and not all of them want to be psychics and psychic mediums or readers. A lot of them will never ever take a client and will never ever make a video. So I tell them a couple things. Your life doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the spiritual gift, and the gift is going to dictate the entire plan. It's going to tell you what it wants, how it wants to come through you, and you have to listen and pay attention. That's why we start out with a light meditation, which is about 5 to 7 minutes, and then a contemplation and an affirmation. So the master, if you're the master, every single breath is a affirmation of gratitude. If you can get there, and all day long cease to be in a state of reaction, you're in your breath. Wow, this thing, it keeps going to sleep. In your breath, I better change the settings, but okay, I'll do it later. I'm sorry. You come back to the breath. You get a tranquil mind. You get a disciplined mind. Now, this can take 50 years. And by the way, when I said, when you fucked up in another past life, guess what? Listen, sweetie. Come here. Just talk to Uncle Kirk right here. We're in the sacred coven circle of magic and mysticism. Everybody fucks up. The only way you get to be an old soul is you fucked up. So, wait, let me finish the other thought. Because I'm an interdimensional being having 4 conversations with the universe. You master the breath. You get to that gratitude. Every breath is a gratitude. You walk through your day. You don't react. You're not in a state of reacting. You're in a state of being. And I think that was it. So you have to get all that walking in the door. You have to get all that by hanging out with me and becoming a client so I can mentor you and pass the secrets of the universe along. But what I do tell the clients is you are insanely gifted. Your life doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the gift and what you planned out before you incarnated. Okay? And you come to a person like me that can remind you of all that. You're off the path. Or, nope, you're right on the path. Your entire path is chaos and confusion. That could be the path. There's also a lot of people who, when I look at the soul arc, there's kind of like nothing on it. That's called a resting lifetime. There are people that, you've earned the bonus points to where you don't really have to do anything. you're just here hanging out, and those people are actually kind of obvious. You can see I'm wearing my dog's dog tag, which I probably will have around my heart the rest of my life. I think I'm going to get a tattoo. So this is my dog's dog tag. Let me see. That's a fox. I have a fox because I have a fox story. And I think right here, Snuggles' face is going to go there forever. So she was cremated. I think I'm clean on all the points I was making. Snuggles was cremated, and we gave her this royal shaman send-off, and all my witchy friends were there. I talked to 4 of the most potent, powerful doggy psychics while she was passing. She liked to get up on a chair and get up on the arm of the chair and try to climb on the top of her crate. And she did this for years, and it unnerved me. And the night after Thanksgiving, she was losing sight in one eye. And she climbed up on the chair, and I woke up, and I looked at her, and I was like, get the fuck off of there. And then I fell asleep, and she must have fallen off the chair because I woke up and she was paralyzed from the chest down. It was fucking horrific. I mean, my heart just sank. I mean, and she was sitting on the floor, and she had crawled next to the space heater, and she had her butt kind of on the space heater, and I was like, that's not good. And I grabbed her, and I saw that the back of her legs were totally dead. So I'm really not going to know what happened. She had 3 other health issues going on, and she had just had a major operation. So she was paralyzed, and so I called the head dog psychic in the entire world, who I'm friends with, Lisa Larson, who's an animal communicator. And Lisa took the call immediately as an emergency call, and she did a channeling, and she was like, Snuggles, she's been here for 14 and a half years. She's very tired. And she said, if you can fix my body, do it. Otherwise, I'm out of here. So I also called 3 other doggy, potent female psychics. One was an astrologer, and she looked at the chart, and she said she's in a transit, and people usually die in a transit. Okay, and she said, this is like your spouse. The reading reads like this is the death of a spouse, and she's really tired, and she's tired. And so the other 2 also said she's tired. So we had 4 she's tireds. And I didn't think it would be fair for me to be like, all right, she's paralyzed. She would have to have another operation. And they usually, our doctor said, they usually don't work anyways. It costs $10,000. Then there's 6 months of therapy. It was just, I didn't expect to talk about this, but anyways. So she's somewhere on the astral having fun. We'll just leave it at that. Old souls. So yes, I mean, all these psychics came out of the woodwork to tell me, your dog's going to come back. My cat came back 3 times in the same life. My dog came back twice. So I'm going to be on the lookout for Snuggles. But she got a royal send-off, and, I texted everybody, and I sent pictures of her memorial. It's just between us. I don't know if I can find it really fast here for you. But she was laid out in this room. And she had all of her favorite things. I brought all of her favorite things for her that she loved in this lifetime. Chew toys, chew sticks, and, the food she liked. I brought a can of sardines. And then I said goodbye, and she got a private cremation. I mean, look at that. You can just tell she's like, that's a witch. She was a witch. Dogs can be witches, and you better look out because animals can be witches too. Cats can be really old soul witches, and dogs can be good witches. Dogs are good witches, like always. There's no such thing as a bad dog. Oh, so where were we? So when my new clients come to me, I'm like, your soul is ancient. That doesn't always mean that you have taken a body in a physical form. You could be an old soul and never have been in this dimension and this reality in this world. Earth, planet, body, humanity. It's a class in a couple of things. It's a class in chaos. Chaos and desire is everywhere. Okay? And so if you're an energetic being at all, you're an empath, you're a Wicca, Wiccan, witch, magical child, pagans. They're all like empathetic and energetic. And they interpret the world energetically. And so there's chaos everywhere. And so for the first thing, you have to kind of like shield out the chaos. And you have to stop creating your own chaos. So I tell the clients, look, you have this gift to touch people and heal, medical, intuitive, animal communicator. And you've done it like 100,000, 200, 500 million times. Because time on the other side doesn't exist. So certain people get addicted to the earth thing and they just keep like, I want to go back. The minute they die, even if they commit suicide, they're like, I want to go back. Put me in another body now. So you have like been a doctor or a doctor of the soul or a psychic medium or an artist or a musician, hundreds of thousands of times, but you haven't learned it in this body in this lifetime, and so you have to do that. And so I wake people up to that, like, you do know it, but it hasn't been through this body just yet, so we need to streamline you so you actually really pull all that energy, knowledge, and wisdom energy, knowledge, and wisdom. I'm going to change it in the next video. It's just that the video goes to sleep after like 3 minutes. Anyways, we're at 32 minutes. Okay, so what have we learned so far? The disciplined mind is worth a fortune. You have to master the breath, and you have to master your internal environment. You have to stop the chaos inside, and then the chaos will finally stop outside. We are in a sea of chaos. We're in a sea of desire. We're in a sea of sexuality and sensuality. I don't dictate any morality at all on my clients. Like, oh, you have to stop having sex, or oh, you have to stop smoking pot. That doesn't work. If the person is an alcoholic and they're working with me, it's just going to become obvious. I let them draw that conclusion. If hitting the floor and wake and bake every day and it's working for you, good for you. I don't make any judgment at all for people on meds. It's not incompatible with the spiritual process, spiritual awakening. Stop trying to be pure. Stop chasing the carrot, of purity. Stop chasing the carrot of purity. You're trying to be pure. Like when I finally become pure, I'm going to start meditating. Or when I finally feel like I'm good enough, I'm going to start doing law of attraction stuff. And you're never going to be ready. You have to start. You can't wait for inspiration to show up. It doesn't show up. A dancer, a writer, somebody, you have to start doing that thing, and then while you're doing it, I don't feel like doing it. Yeah, you're never going to feel like doing something. Never. That's why you have to master that mind and be like, I'm just doing it. That's why a disciplined mind is worth a fortune. I've been meditating for over 20 years now, and I'm so fucking high from it all. Especially doing what I do for a living, I have to be in a quasi disassociated state. I have to go into a deep trance and access another dimension. And sometimes I can do it on the phone or on the Zoom call right in front of the client. And then other times it takes up to 10 hours to get a full life reading. My readings, like, there's certain people on YouTube, astrologers, tarot readers, and they're like, come back next week for your reading. That's not what I do. My readings take about 3 to 6 months to absorb and accept and understand, because this is about your soul. One of the first things, and I wanted to make this point, and I'm going to have a cigarette. I wanted to make this point. Shit. Shucked in a Mustang. It'll come back to me. Ginger ale. Can somebody remind me, because my channel angels just left as soon as I said I was gonna have a cigarette. I didn't smoke in the house for 14 and a half years because of the dog. Yeah, and I had to. I like expensive cologne. I love it. I mean, I would take a bath. This is Aramis. It's like $80 a bottle. This is beast mode. You know what I mean? I like to walk in the room and be like, who just took a bath in Aramis? It's an oldie but a goodie. 70s colognes are the fucking best. So I didn't wear cologne because the dog had a sinus infection off and on for years. And we tried to get rid of it. Oh. So I didn't wear cologne. I didn't smoke in the house. Every time I dropped something on the floor, I was, Snuggles she was 12 pounds and she was about 9 inches long. She was like this big. And she was a dachshund, black and tan, classic dachshund. I'm going to put this on YouTube. And if somebody can go back in the video or write in the comments, Kirk, you were talking about this. Please answer this question. If you have any questions, you're not going to find a person like me. I'm just going to tell you that. You're not going to find a person that is a true and real initiated shaman, an interdimensional healer. I do a lot of soul retrievals and repairs. I repair a lot of people. I repair their spirits. You're here to basically alleviate suffering and create medicine. I was talking about the dog. So, every time I would drop something on the floor or break a glass, I was just terrified. I loved her so much, and I just lived in fear that she was going to get hurt. And I think she was kind of done anyways. Her body had been in pain for at least a year, constantly. And she didn't whine. She didn't cry. I had to put medicine in her eye. She was losing her eyesight, and she would put on the cone, and she never fought it. She was just like, all right, I'm in the cone. This is the cone. Okay, take the cone off. Okay, put the medicine in. She was very sick as a puppy when I got her, and I had to nurse her back to health. She rescued me in every way imaginable. I am a trauma survivor. religious, sexual, mental, and psychic, and energetic trauma. My first memory is on Easter Sunday, where I saw a guy drive 70 miles an hour right into a pole headfirst in a park. And it was just me and him. He had green, yellow eyes that shone like lights I've never seen. And I was just standing there. I was about 7 years old on Easter Sunday, and I was just standing there, and here comes this like banshee car out of hell, and all these skid marks, boom, right into the pole. And I'm literally watching this guy's legs be cut off of his body while he's trying to like get out of the car. I was on the passenger side, and he just went like this. And I think that was another witchy fucked up thing that like made me disassociated. And he like I don't know if he spirit like tried to go into my body. All right, so yeah, I can wear cologne. I can smoke in the house now if I want to. You know, every morning I would have morning coffee and sit right here where I'm sitting and meditate. And the dog would come over, and she liked coffee. Excuse me. She liked coffee. When she was a puppy, I set a coffee cup down. I take my coffee, no sugar, and half. And I set the cup down on the floor for something. And I was in the other room, but I could see her, and she ran over, and she drank, like, almost a full cup of coffee. She just like sucked it right up. And I was like, okay, the dog's probably going to have a heart attack from the coffee. And she didn't. She loved coffee. Go figure. So every morning when I meditate, I come here, I do smoke a cigarette before I meditate. And I have a very specific meditation practice. And I have to meditate a lot to be in a trance state for my clients, but we got 15 minutes left on the basics. So she would come right here and she would wait for the coffee. And I would take the coffee cup and put it on the floor and let her have like five licks of the coffee. And she did it every morning. And that's one of the things I miss about it. It's a little tiny, you know, we just bonded with shit like that. It was so beautiful and so loving. And she just would sit down and wait. Like, okay, Dad, let me have my coffee. Spiritual psychic basics. If you walk in with the gift, most people will walk in with the gift. With some kind of gift. It's your job to find out and understand how the gift wants to specialize. Now, I gave free readings for 20 years, and that's how I became a seasoned reader, and that's how I also found what the gift wanted to do. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I can read tarot cards, so I studied tarot cards. You don't have to be psychic to read tarot cards, and not every psychic reads cards. There's people that are psychic, like Lisa Larson. She's an animal communicator. El Goliath. I don't think he reads for people anymore, but he brought medicine. He brought a gift. You know, you're here to bring a gift and leave it for humanity. That's your job here as a healer. You have to find out whether you're a healer or not, and you have to really like lay a foundation of whether you're a healer or not. I, first and foremost, am a healer, and it says on my website, even though I have these modalities, which I'm going to tell you about in a minute, first and foremost, the first thing is a healer. So my readings are designed to heal you. And heal your soul. And repair your soul and repair your spirit. And that's why they're so dense. So I really directly interface with their soul and their higher power and their heart. And, okay, I was going to reference something. So I'm going to tell you why I'm qualified to be your healer. And so on my website it says, I am a healer first. Being a psychic medium just happens to be part of the drill here. Psychic medium, spiritual advisor. I studied psychic, spiritual, metaphysical content for over 25 years. And then, as I said, I produced over 700 TV shows about metaphysics, quantum mechanics, spirituality, multiverses, jumping timelines, deja vu, UFOs, you name it. I am certified in 4 types of therapeutic hypnosis, including rapid induction. That means I know how to hypnotize somebody in under 5 minutes. I'm certified in that. I'm certified in face reading, metaphysical, psychic, spiritual face reading. Every single face. For a seasoned face reader, I took the course once. I loved it. And I got certified. A heavy chin means something. It means you're really outspoken, a strong chin. Certain eyebrows and noses, so I did all that, and I got certified in trauma recovery for PTSD and complex PTSD. Certified in that. I'm also one of the few people alive in the world that is also certified to alleviate stress and PTSD symptoms for transgendered adults. So usually people that are transitioning will have a mild form or an intense form of PTSD, and it can be relieved with therapeutic hypnosis, and I got certified in that. So those are my paper credentials, I guess, as well as, yes, I studied metaphysics for 35 years. I read the cards for 35 years, and I give one hell of a fucking reading. It's going to knock your socks off. It's going to take you at least 6 months to absorb it. And I've also had readings from other people that do that. I went to a $650 psychic 20 years ago. She was selling her time for 15 minutes. And I bought 15 minutes. And in that 15 minutes, she said 4 things. And it changed my entire life. Yep, and it took me a couple years to absorb what she told me in that reading. 4 things. So it was invaluable. I moderate a space. It's called The Space on the Quora website. I will put the link down there. It's called Psychic Medium Space, and it's around 14 to 15,000 readers every month, and we're getting around 9 to 12,000 hits every week. And so if you have questions about being a psychic medium, I've answered a lot of questions about what should new mediums do, and I'm going to address all that in the basics number 2, because we're going to wrap it up. But I advise you, if you really have a lot of questions and you want community and you want to read content from intelligent, sane people about being a psychic medium, being spiritually gifted, how to use the gift. So it takes a while. So, only in the last 5 years did I really just say, okay, I only give 2 types of reading: a soul arc reading, which is a life reading, and or a past life reading. So I just offer those 2. And I do have a basic, hey, let's throw the tarot and see what happens. You get 3 questions, 45 minutes. But I'm still channeling. So I channel, I go into a trance, I channel the person's higher self. And like I said, I've been to psychics, and I went to a fake psychic on purpose. In New York City, we actually do have in Midtown West, all these storefronts with neon signs that are tarot cards, and they say fortune teller, and these people are gypsies. And a gypsy is a person, the lineage of gypsies. I actually have a gypsy soul. I'm a triple Gemini with Pisces rising. My Lilith is in Cancer, and my North Node tells me that, and it said, you've been a healer in so many lifetimes, you've lost your ability to have boundaries with people because you just give off unconditional love and you just give everything away, and people rape you and take advantage of you. So, I work to become this thing. You work to become empathetic and sensitive and study energy and auras. I can see auras, yes. I see energy. I smell energy. I have all 8 senses. Let's see, clairaudient, clairvoyant, clairsentient. What's the one that's clairintuitive? There's one that's a knower. The most gifted is called being a full knower. Claircognizant. And then there's there's a smell, clairaural maybe. I can smell people's energies. And then there's another one that doesn't have a name. There's a couple that just don't have names, but they exist. It's listed in my chart. I'm Scorpio in the 8th house. My Venus is in Taurus. And, if you read my chart, it literally says in the 10th, 11th, or 12th house, this person is a shaman. This person has shamanic power. It wasn't handed to me, I promise you. I almost died during the initiation. Real and true shamans, first of all, you have to have a sacred illness. You literally get ripped apart physically, and you're on your deathbed for years, which happened among several breakdowns as well. Because the universe was completely rewiring my body to be a full trance medium and accept the God love energy, or the Shakti. The Shakti is the divine feminine energy which creates the entire universe. That is the energy that I channel. I channel specifically all female divine creative energy for my clients. It's the most powerful energy you can have as a healer. So, we can get to the divine feminine, and there's the divine masculine as well in the next vid. I think this was a good start. I'm sorry about the weird thing. I'm going to have to turn off the laptop shutting off after 3 minutes. Oh, okay, take a deep breath. My calling card is Shakti Namaste. So I'm giving you the Shakti. When you go to a guru, they actually give you the Shakti put, and it opens you up psychically, which I don't recommend. I mean, people get it passively from watching my videos. They really do. It's a real thing. You can feel it. I don't really tell strangers what I do for a living because there's so much misunderstanding. And so, yeah, you should go to that forum, Quora, and read all the stuff about it's specifically for psychic mediums and spiritually gifted people to talk and have a community. Because, I came out as gay when I got sober in 1984. And compared to coming out as a psychic medium, I mean, coming out gay was a piece of cake. Coming out as a psychic medium was brutal. And people will attack you, these well-meaning Christians, and you have to learn how to protect yourself. So this is the other thing I tell my clients, empathy without boundaries is suicide. I'm going to say it again. Empathy without boundaries is destruction. You have to, especially the old soul healers, I mean, if somebody has pain in their body and I'm on a Zoom call and we're in a professional call, I can feel where the pain is in their physical body. That's the level of empathy I have. So some of you watching this, Kirk, what do I do with this? You're going to watch this video. You watch this video now. Watch the basics too, which is coming whenever it comes, whenever the goddess angels channel. And, it's always this random time like, hey, we're ready to talk through you. We're ready to give the channeling. Turn on the camera. But, okay, so tranquil mind. Stop reacting. You're here to get rid of the chaos. Don't suck up the chaos. The world is full of chaos and desire. And you have to, find your own baseline with things like alcohol, sex, food, money, greed. You have to find that for yourself. That's their spirituality, is knowing who you are and stop reacting to the wound. Everybody gets a wound. So as a trauma survivor and a PTSD survivor, everybody gets a psychic spiritual wound, and everybody is learning about power. So that's your third chakra, and I tell my clients that as well. If you're walking around on planet Earth, guess what? You got a block in your third chakra. Promise and guarantee. I've never met a person whose third chakra was completely cleared. It doesn't exist. So we're all here learning some power lesson in mass as a collective soul. I'm afraid that the planet may not survive it. And, I'm not telling you anything new. I mean, the reality we have right now is not a sustainable reality. And that's why it's so important to wake up. And it's so important to stay awake. Psychically, spiritually, be awake, be woke. And try to streamline yourself. If you're in a state of corruption and you don't have an authentic, pure heart to approach spirituality, you're going to get a corrupted result, and eventually it's going to bite you on the ass. A pure intention and coming to God with a pure heart and an authentic heart is really the highest vibration you can have. And that's all, a lot of my clients are, what should I do? What's the meaning of life? Am I meeting my life purpose? A lot of times just being your life purpose is just walking around. Now, once again, you want to stop that state of internal chaos, and you want to stop reacting to everything. Be afraid of the quietest guy in the room. You know what I mean? So you stop reacting to the news, to the bills, to the people, to the asinine bullshit that goes on online on social media. Don't react. Nope. The mind of the master is a tranquil mind. And if you can get to the tranquil mind through your daily spiritual practice, I start my clients off with 5 days on, 20 minutes, affirmation, contemplation, meditation. You can do a 5, 5, and 5. Talk to God for 5 minutes, whatever your concept is. Listen to God for 5 minutes, and then close your eyes and try to feel God. Just try to feel that love. We have 2 minutes left. Right now, I'm in the middle of a 40-day meditation challenge, which my spirit guides gave me, and they said, we want you to meditate 40 days in a row on love. I was like, really? And they just kept presenting it. My spirit guides don't talk a lot, but they were just like, no, you're doing this. 20 minutes a day for 40 days. Just try to feel love. Close your eyes and meditate. What is love? How can I give love? How can I get love? Am I love? Is love it just goes on. So I'm coming up on my second week of that. So that's it for now. I hope you got a lot out of what I was saying. So my name's Kirk Kerber. These are the spiritual basics. I'm going to walk you through how to become a spiritual master. If you want to talk to me professionally, send me an email at kirktv@gmail.com, or my website is Kirk Spiritual. I'm a very easy guy to get a hold of, and I read every single email, and I get them from all over the globe, and I treasure them, and I also answer them personally. Yep, me. I read your email. You want to tell me your coming out story about, how you found out you were a gifted psychic, trance medium, how you use your gift, please contact me. And if you like this video, everybody needs cash. My Venmo is down there. It's at Keegan-Kerber. So Shakti, namaste. You're on your way. Dare to prepare. And my final calling card. Remember this if you remember nothing else. It's not about power. It's about grace. Shakti namaste. Thank you for being here. I will see you next time in the next vid and the Cyber Temple of Love. All blessings in every reality to you. Let me see what it goes. This is mine. I channeled this. I wish you blessings, all blessings in every reality and all infinite possibilities. Shakti namaste. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I wish you healing and love and light. Shakti namaste. Thank you for watching and spending this time with me. Amen. Shakti.